Why the Jaguar XJ is devouring its competition. A look at Canada's newest classic car auction. And we take you for a ride in Nissan's supercar. All that and more coming up right here on the SST Car Show. SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sale. And Collector Car Productions, producers of the Classic Car Auction of Toronto and the Maple City Classic Car Auction. Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome to another edition of the SST Car Show. Today we're going to show you a 44 Chevy that they call Just Cuz. We found this thing in Grantham, Alberta, and of course, you're going to say a 44 Chevy, they weren't really building cars back in 1944 because of the war effort. Well, this thing is custom and it really caught our eye when we were out in Alberta, and it caught our eye because this thing is really a wicked car. It was built by our new friend, Ron Howery. Check it out. You're looking at a 1944 Chevy pickup truck, but wait a minute, they didn't build pickup trucks back in 1944. Owner Ron Howery of Carsland, Alberta explains.
I started off with an old grain truck cab. The rest was basically hand-built and majorly customized.
And maybe you can tell people why they didn't have 44 Chevs, and that's because it was kind of the war era, right?
It was exactly it. It was the war effort, and if some of the farmers were allowed to get grain trucks in order to get produce out of the fields to feed the soldiers.
So tell me what's under the hood.
It's a small block 350 stroked out to 383, which is a common thing nowadays. It's putting out just over 400 horsepower. It's a 700R transmission, 4-speed, and it's a Ford 9-inch posi-track.
This all-custom truck is filled with body mods. This whole thing is sitting on an S10 pickup chassis. The fenders are off a 38 Chevy sedan, and they've been widened 2 inches. The license plate and the gas filler door have both been Frenched. The wheels were kind of chosen when the project was taking a different direction, and then you kind of took a left turn.
I did take a left turn. This was supposed to have been a rat rod to start with, and I had the wheels and tires, and I basically built the truck around that.
Still, you'll find rat rod styling cues throughout. Bits and pieces of all kinds of different cars are used to make up this custom truck. Check out that dashboard. Yes, that is a 57 Chev headlight bezel and signal lights for the gauge pods. The steering column is off a 76 Firebird. Why did Ron do it? Just cuz. A big thank you to Terry LeVere and family for inviting us out to Grantham, Alberta again this year. Easily one of the friendliest car shows in all of Canada. Back home we go now to London, Ontario, to that car place where we continued our used car crawl and our quest to find used cars or pre-owned vehicles that offer extreme resale value, that are truly good value in the category of pre-owned vehicles. Let's test drive now a vehicle that they provided to us for this purpose, the Nissan GTR. This is a car that Nissan claims is the supercar. Driving the Nissan GTR is, in a word, exhilarating. Climb inside, take one look at that 340 km/h speedometer, and you'll know instantly why Nissan describes this as the supercar. As soon as you sit in this vehicle, you know it's something special. The moment you touch the accelerator, the car just lights up. the back wheels actually want to spin even when you just lightly touch the accelerator. It has that much low-end torque. Fire up the engine and you'll feel the power even before engaging the transmission. The 540 plus horsepower twin-turbo V6 engine is a true engineering achievement. The motor is beyond extraordinary. It literally screams at you when you punch the accelerator. This is an engine with true links to racing, and yet this motor is refined. At idle, it just gurgles. But just a feathered touch of the gas pedal produces an instant lurch forward. There is instant power here, and then there is instantly more, a lot more. Then when you want to pass on the highway, there is even more power. It seems endless. The power that comes all through the power band is, in a word, relentless. Rather than traditional cast iron cylinders, each cylinder in this engine features a unique plasma coating with an independent air intake system for each bank of cylinders. The powerful twin turbo takes advantage of a premium midship design for balance, where much of the engine sits back in the chassis. The car is equipped with paddle shifters right here on the steering wheel. It's got an auto stick, but you probably don't need it. The automatic transmission works so well that you would need to be a very experienced driver, probably with formal training in a race car, in order to shift as well as the automatic transmission does in this GTR. You might be interested to know that every GTR engine is hand-assembled by a single technician, one of only 8 allowed the honor, in a dust-free, temperature-controlled, clean room. Other cars boast big horsepower numbers, but often only produce peak power at certain points in their power band. But this car is different, because it delivers massive amounts of power instantly, regardless of circumstance. From standing start to flat-out full-on highway passing, this GTR hauls like a jetliner. Much of that performance can be attributed to the car's light weight and the transmission, which snaps through the gears with the rigid formality of a refined race car. Consider that this car will accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds, and you begin to understand how serious this machine is. Consider the price tag when new of about $100,000, and you will understand that this car is, in its own way, a bargain. Anything else this fast and this tight, this refined, will cost you double, maybe 5 or even 10 times as much. This test vehicle was provided by That Car Place in London, Ontario. Even as a used vehicle, this car was tight and performed like new, which confirms reviews which suggest the GTR is one of the most reliable supercars on the market. This car performs, it is durable, making it a new car and, more importantly, a pre-owned vehicle bargain that should provide exceptional resale value in the future as a collectible car. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll show you the Ice Queen, a very cool custom car built by a company called Stylish Getaway Cars.
Hi everyone, I'm Melanie. Don't go away. We'll have more SST right after these messages.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit starkautosales.com. CCP Auctions is now accepting consignments for the Toronto Fall Classic Car Auction, October 30th to November 1st at the International Centre, Mississauga. Be part of Canada's largest collector car auction. Call 416-923-7500 or visit ccpauctions.com for more information on how you can buy and sell investment quality vehicles from Canada's leading collector car auction house, CCP Auctions. Carcone's Wheel Refinishing. We make your old rims look new and save you money. Polished, hyper silver, machined and painted rims. We do them all. Ship them to us, we'll ship them back, often in as little as 24 hours. Carcone's Auto Recycling and Wheel Refinishing, 1030 Bloomington Road, Aurora, Ontario. Call toll-free 1-800-263-2022. Visit carcones.com.
Hi, Crazy Dan from Crazy Dan's Auto World. As you can see, my competitor's trying to stop me, but not even this is gonna slow me down. Just get in here and I'll sell you a car. You can trust me.
Don't take chances on crazy car salesmen. See Dia and the team at That Car Place.
Don't risk going anywhere else.
Financing below bank rates.
I'm Dia, that car guy. If I can't get you financing, nobody can.
443 Exeter Road, London. Visit thatcarplace.ca.
CCP Auctions is now accepting consignments for the Toronto Fall Classic Car Auction, October 30th to November 1st at the International Centre, Mississauga. Be part of Canada's largest collector car auction. Call 416-923-7500 or visit ccpauctions.com for more information on how you can buy and sell investment quality vehicles from Canada's leading collector car auction house, CCP Auctions. SST is brought to you in part by The Carman Car Wash and Auto Detailing. The Carman restores value by making your classic or daily driver shine like new. 78 Barth Street, Chatham. Maverick Multimedia. We produce TV commercials and negotiate best possible airtime rates for our clients. Call 1-866-248-1490. Maverick Multimedia Incorporated. Way better marketing solutions.
Lube Plus is expanding to serve you better with more $15.99 oil changes. More service like oil changes, transmission flushes, even brake service. More choice. Pick from leading brands of oil. More locations, including 3 in Windsor on Howard, Tecumseh Road East and County Road 42. Plus locations in Chatham, Emeryville, and our newest location opening soon in Amherstburg. Lube Plus, where the plus gets you more. Visit lubeplus.ca.
Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. Off we go to the Fleetwood Country Cruise Inn in London, Ontario. Now that's where we made some new friends, the owners of stylish Getaway Cars. And here's a look at one of their coolest creations. It's a car they call the Ice Queen. This car you call the Ice Queen, and I have to ask you where that name came from.
Yeah, it was a name that we developed as we were working on the car, and it just sort of stuck with the car, and we thought it suited it very well, and it ended up being the name that was on the car, and we stuck with it. We liked it.
And it's no trailer queen, and you tell that to people.
Well, that's just it, right? And they look at the name, they're like, well, what does that mean? And I'm like, well, it's just the name of the car. It's not her name is Ice Queen, you know, and the great thing about that is it's not a trailer queen. You know, we drive this car everywhere we go.
And you do kind of look at this car like a person, and it does have personality for sure, and that all comes from the style, the lines, which all harken back to the 1930s, really, because this thing is based on what? An old LaSalle, you say?
It started as a 39 LaSalle, but then obviously, you know, there's not a whole lot left of it. We took what we liked out of the car and used the shapes that we liked, and same with a few other cars. We stole the shapes that complemented the shapes of the LaSalle, and basically that became the centerpiece of it, and then everything in between that we didn't have, we had to make by hand.
So you find the inspiration in those old parts, and then those lines actually create the foundation upon which you build an entire vehicle around.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's the lines of the car. It's the era of the time. The tools that they used, what was available back in the 30s. We don't, and everything we have in the shop. There's no tooling of new stuff. It's all what they would have had back then.
And the recognition is coming from some pretty lofty places and some pretty prestigious names like the king of customizers, George Barris.
Yeah, George Barris himself. This car was in Kansas in 2009. George loved it so much he gave it his The Elegant Award, and we have the tags and his signature on the dashboard, along with Bill Hines, who's another, he's another legend in the custom car world in California. So we were honored for that, and we returned to the show last year as well. We drove it from Toronto area, 20 hours to Kansas, and to our surprise, we won the 777 Custom Crown Award from the KKOA Let's Sled Spectacular, and this was coined as America's Top Custom. 3 guys from Canada, last year. So that's fantastic. And like Eric was saying, that really kind of launched and propelled us towards opening stylish getaway cars. And here we are today.
Oh, and the interior of this thing, I mean, it's small, right? It's because it's meant to be sort of like a roadster, right?
It is, but it's not actually small as you think. One of the reasons we go with the late 30s vintage cars, that's our preference, is because you end up with a much wider car. Compared to like an early 30s car where there was, you're elbow to elbow with your buddy in the car. We don't really like that. We like to have a little more space. It's nice to have an armrest. Even be able to put a third person in the car if you wanted. So that's the big thing for us is getting interior size that's at least wide enough. As far as being kind of cramped, you don't feel cramped. We've had people almost 7 feet tall in the car, and they're not cramped at all.
Well, really, when you think back to when these cars were popular, where all these bits and pieces came from, this really represents kind of like the beginning of the whole Art Deco period, and you guys have really brought that back in a modern way, which is just amazing.
Yeah, you know what? This is really a labor of love. It's a very passionate type of a thing to do. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of art. We like to consider this functional art, really, just a living, breathing, driving car, and it's everything. Everything is into this car.
It is. It's alive.
Yeah.
It's the Ice Queen. Thank you so much for joining us on the program and sharing the car with us.
Right. Thank you
Absolutely
very
our
much.
privilege. Thank you. And now our review of the all-new Jaguar XJ. The new Jaguar XJ is basically unchanged from last year, but given that this is one of the nicest cars we have driven in the past 2 years, it really didn't need to change. The Jaguar XJ is a full-size luxury sedan that is available in standard or long wheelbases and in rear or all-wheel drive configurations. Our test model, shown here, was an all-wheel drive version, powered by Jaguar's impressive 3-liter supercharged V6 engine. The all-wheel drive configuration improves vehicle handling tremendously when the car is pushed to its limits. Many misunderstand the purpose of all-wheel drive, thinking it's a feature that will just get you out of the mud or snow, when in reality, power to all wheels provides more control when powering through corners, and that actually makes the car more predictable and safer. The Jaguar XJ comes with a long list of standard features, including premium audio by Meridian, which can be upgraded to an 825 or even 1300 watt unit with conversation assist. The 2015 Jaguar XJ is available with 2 engines, a supercharged 3-liter V6 with 340 horsepower and 332 foot-pounds of torque in the base model, and a supercharged 5-liter V8 rated at 470 horsepower. There is a third option as well, a supercharged V8, pumps out 550 horsepower in the XJR version. An 8-speed automatic transmission is standard on all models. That is the only gearbox available with this vehicle. Performance is a strong point despite the XJ's size, with excellent handling and strong acceleration, particularly in the XJR version. This year's SST test model was nimble and quick, and the supercharged V6 in our car was impressive. It rides so smooth. The engine is so powerful. It's like automotive nirvana. The engine felt more powerful than its numbers would suggest, but that is in part due to the car's exceptional design and engineering and the ample use of aluminum in its construction. This car is probably one of the nicest cars I have ever driven. I've driven faster cars. I've driven cars that can carry more cargo. I've driven cars that do other things that this car doesn't do. But as a luxury touring sedan, this thing is tough to beat. It's the quality of the materials that they've chosen to put into the car that really make the big difference. It's the quality of the leather and the seats and the steering wheel and the leather that covers the dashboard. One touch tells you that this car is something special. Fuel economy is rated at about 27 miles per gallon. Prices start at about $89,000. All versions of the XJ are fast, performance is impressive, yet it's the style and the cat on the front grille that turns heads most. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll take a look at Canada's newest classic car auction. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Melanie. The SST Car Show will be right back.
Fall into a whole new season of fabulous fashion at Lady Blackbird Boutique. What's your style? 50s retro, 60s and 70s hip, modern, safe for work? Lady Blackbird's got you covered with a whole new collection for fall at prices that will blow your mind, not your budget. Visit ladyblackbirdboutique.com. You can browse online, but it's worth the drive to Southern Ontario's most unique ladies' wear boutique, 44 4th Street in downtown Chatham.
Hi, I'm Brianna Corbin, Youth Ambassador of the Chatham Children's Safety Village. I'm here to ask for your help. The Safety Village is facing a new challenge, rising costs. Our safety programs are hands-on, interactive. They really work. They keep kids like me safe. They save lives. So if you can find it in your heart to help, please visit cksafetyvillage.org and donate today so the Safety Village can be around for me and future generations tomorrow.
La Liberty Collision, a reputation for superior quality, spanning 7 decades. Any repair, any vehicle. Delivered on time, on budget. No compromises, no surprises. Our building has a new look, but our family's promise to get it right every time remains the same. La Liberty Collision, serving Essex and Kent counties from 47 Mill Street West, Tilbury.
Do you have challenge credit but still need a new car? Let the team at Fusion Auto Sales in Tilbury go to work for you.
Just call the credit hotline at 1-866-979-7315 and do your application over the phone.
Bring in your pay stubs, finish all of the paperwork, then pick up the keys to your new ride.
Fusion Auto Sales. You're gonna like the way we deal. 37 Mill Street West, Tilbury.
Make a fall fashion run to Gold Coast, where autumn has arrived with a splash of color. Cozy sweaters, fall formal wear, career-focused style, boutique service, Canadian quality at prices you'll love. New stock arriving daily. Look good, feel great in downtown Chatham and Wallaceburg. Visit goldcoastfashions.com.
Carcone's Wheel Refinishing. We make your old rims look new and save you money. Polished, hyper silver, machined and painted rims. We do them all. Ship them to us, we'll ship them back, often in as little as 24 hours. Carcone's Auto Recycling and Wheel Refinishing. 1030 Bloomington Road, Aurora, Ontario. Call toll-free 1-800-263-2022. Visit carcones.com. Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit starkautosales.com.
Destination Gentry Manor. Seize the day your way in our salon and spa. Shopping. Unique giftware. Leading designers. Sophisticated. Elegant. Exceptional. Gentry Manor, 9 Park Street, Chatham. Visit gentrymanor.com.
Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about Canada's newest classic car auction. CCP Auctions runs Canada's 2 biggest classic car auctions. The Classic Car Auction of Toronto, held each spring and fall. It's an annual thing. It kind of kicks off and ends the classic car show season. Well, they just tried running a new show in Chatham-Kent, Ontario, which is where the company is based. And we hope that this thing becomes an annual event. I know that Dan Spendick, the man who owns CCP Auctions, is crunching the numbers to try to determine if this is something that can be done on a regular basis. Well, the sale that was held this year in Chatham at the John D. Bradley Convention Center was a success. They had well over 100 cars across the auction block. The quality of cars was really quite good. The bids got up on many of the cars well over $100,000. So there was some real quality there. We also believe that this kind of event is good for the economy in general. It's an economic stimulator. It brings people to town. People spend money in local hotels and restaurants and on other services. And we believe it's good for the classic car hobby because it gets things moving. It gets people restoring cars again. It creates exchange of vehicles from one owner to another and kind of keeps things moving. Well, only time will tell if this thing will become a regular event, and it could become a midsummer ritual for classic car enthusiasts, and here's hoping that it does. Hats off to Dan Spendick and the crew at CCP Auctions for putting on a successful show in Canada's classic car capital, Chatham-Kent, Ontario. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today, so we got to go. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we will bring the car show to you at streetsporttv.com. Catch you next time right here on the next edition of SST.
Maverick Multimedia production.